All right, Houston, we are good for book launch in T-minus 10, 9.
Wait, sir, did we do everything needed for this launch? What? Yeah, of course we did. Are you sure? I mean, I think so. You think? I don't know. Houston, we have a... What's up, everybody? Dylan Barr here, former best-selling author of nonfiction books such as Breaking the Charts and The Happiness Gap, and current co-creator and co-author of a series of comics called The Tales of Bestunia, where we use our comic books as an interactive platform for young kids to spark their imagination and creativity, and we provide frameworks for them to play within. And guess what? Our second book just came out, and what I'm going to be doing today is working with selfpublishing.com and teaching all things book launch and launch teams. Lessons that I learned to launch those last two books and generate a little over $15,000 in revenue. But we're about to get started with the video, so you know what I'm gonna ask. If you're liking this content, make sure you click subscribe. You like this video. Doesn't take too much time. If you like the content, it's easy to be notified when you get more videos from people like me to tell you all things self-publishing. Today's video, like I said, is all things book launch and launch team, what everyone loves when it comes to self-publishing a book, right? Well, not always. You want to write the book, you want to have fun and enjoy the process of writing and sharing this message. But a big part of sharing this message is sharing. And the way we do that, the way we get the book out to the general public, is to use the strategy of the book launch and the launch team. You've probably heard a bunch about it, but in this video, we're going to describe what it is, why it's important, and the steps you can take to make sure you have the best launch possible for your book. So we'll start by answering the simple question of what is a book launch? Well, a book launch, if we break it down, is launching your book. No, it's getting your book out there. It's a strategy to get your book out to the general public so they have the best chance to be able to see it, so they can read it, so they can purchase it, so they can leave a review, and so that they can tell people about it. This is a strategy that a lot of publishers used for the longest time, where they would just buy your book in bulk to boost it up the ratings and then make sure that they can sell those copies of your books to bookstores and people around the world. Now, as the traditional publishing industry is beginning to topple and self-publishing industry is beginning to rise, people have taken it in their own hands to use this beautiful resource we have called the internet to launch their book themselves and get their book out to the world themselves so they can keep most of the royalties. That's pretty awesome. Now, the best way to have a successful book launch is to build a launch team. So then, what is a launch team? Well, a launch team is a group of people within your network, friends, families, colleagues, friends' sisters, friends' neighbors, whatever you want, whoever you want, but a group of people that are going to agree to do three things when your book is launched on a platform such as Amazon. They're going to agree to purchase the book, they're going to agree to read the book, they're going to agree to leave a review, and hopefully they will agree to tell people about it to begin your ripple effect. Now, why is that important? That's important because a book launch is all about building traction and momentum of book sales as quick as we can. And really what you want to do is trip up the Amazon algorithm. What I tell people is Amazon is a robot, and that robot is designed to sell products. And the best way to know what products to sell is for it to see which products are being purchased and which products are being talked about. The more it gets those inputs, the more Amazon wants to tell more people about this product. And with books, they do so by using #1 new release charts and #1 bestseller charts. And the way to get on those charts is to get purchases and reviews. So the more we can do quickly once your book is on Amazon, the better chance you're giving yourself for Amazon to start showing your book off to the people that don't know you, who then purchase this book that has reviews and purchases and start telling other people about it and start reviewing it themselves. And those people pick it up and those people tell people about it and those people review it themselves. And your book begins to build credibility. When you can get to the 100, the 150, 200 reviews on your book, now you've created a buzz. Now it becomes easier to use paid ads to get more traction to your book. But it all starts with a successful launch. How do we have a successful launch? That's why you're watching this video, my friends. We are going to talk about the journey of the book launch here today. So what I would like to do is discuss the journey of a book launch from beginning to end. I'm going to tell you the 10 stages of a successful book launch and what you can do throughout the process and the journey to make sure you have the best book launch possible. And we're going to begin with the end in mind. What's the end? It is your book, and more importantly, your message getting out to the general public. That's what you want at the end of the day. And whether that means you want to have the most book sales possible so you can make the money, or you can just have the most eyeballs possible on your book, because the more eyeballs, the more purchases means you are getting the message that you've had up here and in here, out there, and the general public is reading it, is absorbing it, is loving it, is learning from it, and is telling more people about it. That's not a secret, right? That's why we all want to write books, is to get a message out to the world that we believe in. That's what we want to make sure we keep in mind. That is the end goal of a successful book launch. Now, let's go to the beginning. Now, the beginning of this process might feel very simple, but most people completely skip it. And that is reminding yourself why you want to get this book out there consistently. Find a consistent habit you can do to remind yourself why you are writing this book, why your message is important to you, why your message is important for those end readers to absorb, and why this is such a deep desire for you as an author. Again, it sounds simple, but most people blow past that stage and get right into the complexity of this journey. They start writing their book. They start telling people about it. They start going into book production. They start getting their book edited. They start getting frustrated because they need to go back and change things. They start getting frustrated with the covers that they're not liking. They start getting frustrated with how to put books on Amazon. And then by the time they reach book launch, they're burnt out and they just want to limp past the finish line, because this has turned into a job and it's turned into an obligation. The biggest thing they forgot to do is remind themselves their why. Why is what you have up here, what you have in here, so important to you? For me, my habit of reminding myself my deep desire was pretty simple. I'd wake up every day and I would take a pen and I would take a piece of paper and I would write down what I wanted. Very simple to start. I want to get my book, The Happiness Gap, out to the world. And then I would go one line deeper and I'd take a deep breath and I would write, I want that because I want. And I'd finish that sentence. I want to teach people the beauty of focusing on internal values rather than external rewards consistently. And I take a deep breath and I go a line deeper. I want that because I want people to be confident that they're living a life that's true to them to get the results that they want to get in their life that align with their internal values. I want that because I want my book to get out to the masses and help more people live confidently in their internal values with a peace of mind. I want that because I want my message to catch fire and I want to speak on stages so I can reach more people. I want that because I want to use my charisma for good use. I want that because I want to create a lasting impact that lives on past me being here, and so on and so forth. And as I got deeper and deeper into my desire, my mindset, my attitude would raise to a place of possibility, to a place of creativity, to a place of openness. And that alone is going to allow you to tap into your own inner brilliance throughout this journey and the additional stages I'm about to outline for you, to bring your own twist, your own color, your own flair to it. But it begins by keeping in front of you why this book is so important. All right, now to the next logical step. All right, step number 2 in this process is share content from your journey to the public, to your current network you have in social media, Facebook, maybe you're on Instagram, maybe you're just beginning to get on TikTok, but start to share your message with the entire social media public. Remember, you're doing this because you really care about this message. You don't have to be getting a lot of likes to start, but you have to share vulnerably, courageously, the content within your book so you can start to reach the people out there that want to learn from it. It's not going to be everybody in the world that wants to learn the contents of your book, but the more you shine your light and your message into the social media world, the more you're going to attract the people that are looking for that content. That's the algorithm of TikTok. That's the algorithm of Instagram. You're not doing this to get a bunch of results early. You're doing this to put your imprint out on social media. So share the content, share excerpts from your book, share lessons that you want to share within your book, share lessons that you've learned as you're writing your book. When we launched and began to launch our comic, it started as we were creating it, and we would share quick sketches from our comic. We would share the original outline and how that went to a harder, rough draft and how that went to the final lines and finally coloring. Share that process, because then people start to feel like they are a part of the journey and they get to learn the content that you want to put out there. And it might be something that they want to digest. All right, step 3. Once you start to share content from your book, start to then share the progress outside of your book. Let your followers know of the progress that you're making in your book. Let them know you're going through the rough draft stage. Let them know you've started to introduce beta readers. Let them know when your book goes to book production and you have editors look at it. Let them know the frustrations you might be feeling. Let them know your deep desire and what you're waking up each morning and reminding yourself of. Let them know when your covers come back. Have them vote on their favorite covers, right? And maybe you actually listen to your followers and you take from them whichever cover is liked the most. That's the cover you're going to use for your book. Because remember, the end goal, this is a book that's for your readers. It's not just selfishly for you. You want to share this with as many people as possible. Let them along the journey. You know, what bigwig, traditionally published author does that? Not many. That's why they feel kind of off in the distance. You can be authentic to your readers by sharing the progress of writing your book so they feel like they're a part of this journey. Share the progress of your journey. Now, when we start to share the content of our journey, when we start to share the progress of our journey to the general public, to people that we know, people that we don't know, these viewers start to feel like they are a part of the journey in a sense. They're like, wow, I get to kind of watch from the sidelines of what's going on. Well, the next step is important, and that's let these people know they can be a part of your journey. Start posting and asking the question, hey, would you like to be a part of this journey to publish this book? Your book title. On top of this, start reaching out to people that you know. Start reaching out to people in your contacts of your phone. Start reaching out to your email list. Start reaching out to your Facebook friends and say, hey, it's been a while. I was thinking about you. As you've probably seen on social media, I'm working on a book. I'm working on a message that I really care about, and it's about the importance of internal values and how we can learn from those that have raised us to start to live lives that are really true to our inner self. And I thought about you. I'm creating what I would call a launch team for people that want to help me launch this to the world, to the general public. I'm looking for people that want to read my book early, purchase it, leave a review, and maybe tell some people about it. If it's something you'd love to do, awesome. If not, totally no big deal. But I don't know if I don't ask, right? Remember that first stage. You have a message that you believe in and you care about. Tell people, ask people. The worst thing they're going to do is say no, but that doesn't stop you from what you really want to do, which is to get that message out to the world. So put yourself out there vulnerably and courageously, because those people can help you make a ripple effect with your book and reach more people. Now, as you start to bring more people onto your launch team, using your network, asking the general public that's been following you on social media, start to think of rewards you'd like to give those people of your launch team. Now, a very easy reward is they're going to get early access to your book, right? That's awesome. They get to read this book before anybody else does. They get to see it in the nuts and bolts, and they get to see it come to life. Another real easy gift to them is create an acknowledgement section where you get to put the names of every person on your launch team in there. For a lot of people, that would mean a lot to have their name in a book under acknowledgements to help that book get out. They feel more drawn. They feel like they have a stake in this book. They're going to want to tell more people about it. What else do you want to give them? It doesn't have to be anything that you have to pay for unless you want to. For our comic books, what we'll do is we send a map of our comics fantasy world to our launch team so they feel like they're a part of it. They start to get a behind the scenes knowledge of the world that we're creating. That's our comic world. So ask yourself and take some time today, what rewards do you want to give your launch team for taking the time to read your book, purchase it, and leave a review? The next thing I would start to think about is a way to get all of your launch team into one area so you can easily stay connected with all of them and ask them questions and send them reminders efficiently rather than one by one. So you could do this by having a mailing list, so getting people's email, the best email to reach them, and having a program or a software like MailChimp or MailerLite that sends automated reminders and emails to people throughout the journey of the launch team as they read the book and get ready to purchase it and leave a review on launch day. Or for a lot of people nowadays, they just want to have a simple private Facebook community. More people check Facebook and those notifications, and it's a simple way to stay connected, ask people what they've been learning, create a community from this so people, again, feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves as a way to stay in contact with them. So ask yourself, where would you like to harbor your launch team? Email or private Facebook community. Another important thing you're going to want to do is create rules for being on the launch team, or tiers for being on the launch team, or levels of support. This was actually an idea that I got from an old colleague of mine, Aaron Schaefer, who gave his launch team the option of what tier or what level of support would they want to be a part of as part of his launch team. Tier number 1 was people that would say, hey, I want to read this book, I want to purchase this book, I want to leave a review of this book, and I am going to tell people in my community on social media or in my network about this book. I want to do everything I can to help. They were the number 1. Number 2 were people that would say, hey, I'd love to read this book. I'm going to love to purchase it. I'm going to leave a review for you. I might not tell people about it, but I will definitely read this book and leave an honest review for you. The third tier of people were, hey, I will read this book and I will purchase it for you. I might not be able to leave a review. I don't know how quick I can read it. All 3 of those are wins for Aaron, but it gives your launch team the power to choose what they want. You still get what you want at the end. They also get what they want. They get to make that choice. So make sure you're describing the rules or the tiers to being a part of your launch team, because at the end of the day, those are the 4 things you want. You want them to read it, you want them to purchase it, you want them to leave an honest review, and you want them to tell people about it. So make sure you're asking your launch team what they would like to do and hold them accountable to it. Which takes us to the next stage. The next stage, and this is important, check in. Check in with your launch team. Why? I hate to tell you this. People are going to forget. You're not a bigwig author yet. People are going to say yes. They will forget along the journey that they need to be reading the book consistently so they can leave an honest review and purchase it come launch day. So you want to check in. That's what you can do if you're using MailerLite or MailChimp. It's just reminders a week out, 2 weeks out. Hey, how's reading going? Typically people are about halfway through. What are your thoughts? I would love to hear from you. And then they could, whatever response they give you that could be used as a review, you could reply back to them and say, hey, if you just want to copy and paste this as a review when my book launches, that would be great. So it's an easy way to check in with people and ask what they've been learning. Some people might forget, they pick back up, they start reading the book. So check in with your team. And finally, the last stage, well, not the last stage, right? Last stage is get your message out there, but the last stage before that is launch day. So when launch day comes, you're going to want to remind your launch team that it's here, remind your Facebook community, remind your mailing list, remind your private Facebook group that it is launch day. You would love it if they could go now purchase the book. They've been reading it for free. Now they can go purchase it, 99-cent ebook, or if they want to get the paperback, they can. A lot of times people are going to choose that paperback because they want something that a book that has their name in it, that they've been part of this journey for so long. They'll go purchase it, they'll leave a review, and hopefully they'll tell other people about it. But launch day is important. Make sure you are getting the pretty link for your book on Amazon, not just the link that you have. Make sure you have a person on your launch team copy the URL and send it to you so you can send that link to the rest of your launch team. Because if you send your link from your personal Amazon account, it doesn't register as a purchase and a review because you're sending them your profile link rather than the generic Amazon link that anyone would use to find your book. So make sure you get a pretty link, which is a link from one of your readers. They'll send it to you either in text or in a Facebook message, and then you can use that link to send to the rest of your launch team. Make sure that you're reminding them to purchase the book, review the book, tell people about the book. That is important. And that's the journey. The more you can really attack launch day with your launch team, the more you can get more purchases, the more you can get more reviews early, and the more you can start to get on those #1 new releases or #1 bestseller lists, which then triggers the Amazon robot to say, hey, everybody, look at these books. You might like them too. And the ripple effect continues. And then use that leverage to dive into some paid ads if you want. KDROI, BookBub, there are others as well. We will talk about on future videos. But right now, what you want to do is, one, enjoy this journey. Remind yourself every single day why you are doing what you do, and go through the steps of this journey so you can have a healthy and successful book launch. And that's it. I'm kidding. There's one more bonus step I'm going to give you because you watched this long. Thank you. That bonus step is share this video with people that are on your launch team so they can understand what you are learning in the process of writing, producing, publishing, and most importantly, launching your book. So they can understand the power that they have to help you and your message get out to the world. Share this so you don't have to tell them everything. They learn it from me. And if they love it, you get all the credit because it's your book. And if they don't like it, guess who gets all the credit? Me, this redhead. They're like, that guy sucked. I didn't like him. Blame it on me. You're welcome. Share this video with other people. Let me know if you have any questions in the link below. If you're ever curious of how you can launch your book effectively, I'm sure we can put a link in the description of how you can reach out to people at selfpublishing.com and learn how to launch your book successfully. We have publishing and launching strategists on the team. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your biggest takeaway. Let me know if you're starting to like my haircut. Let me know if I need to shave my beard. Let me know your favorite Pokemon. Do something. Post in the comments. Let's have the fun community here. You're not even a launch team. I'm not asking you to read my book or purchase it or leave a review. Let's just create a fun community, great comments. We want to hear from you so we can get better with the content we bring you. But with all that said, until next time, my friends.